Breaking news, Gypsy Rose is allegedly going back to prison for breaking her parole.
Gypsy Rose has gotten out of control and her family has had enough, y'all. Things in Gypsy's life have gotten so bad that now her own sister wants to sue her. And to make things worse, the feds are allegedly investigating Gypsy because, as it turns out, ever since leaving prison, she has been involved in a lot of illegal activities. And get this, all the drama surrounding her pregnancy, members of her families are allegedly coming out to say that she is faking the entire thing. Luvs, grab your seats and get ready to learn about how Gypsy might be about to have her entire world shattered because of her thirst for greed.
Gypsy Rose, what is going on? Lawless Nina says, I hear jail bells ringing for Gypsy Rose.
Now, we all know that ever since she got out of prison, Gypsy Rose and the word drama have been almost always used in the same sentence. From getting released drama to dumbing her ex-husband drama, and then getting back with her previous ex and announcing she was pregnant drama, Gypsy's life has been nothing but pure chaos. I think it's safe to say that ever since she got out, Gypsy has made more headlines than the Kardashians, and they make headlines even when they do the most basic of stuff. However, the thing that made Gypsy really famous, or rather infamous, was her part in the unaliving of her mother. Ever since then, people have talked about her. On the news, on documentaries, on TikTok, you name it. There is no platform on the planet where people haven't extensively covered Gypsy's infamous crime. Now, of course, since that crime is what Gypsy got known for, over the years she has gotten used to doing interviews and documentaries. Even the only reason why people have followed her journey after prison is because of what she did to her mom. However, as it turns out, all of the fame and clout that she has been getting because of that is somewhat really illegal. You see, as it turns out, in the United States, it is super illegal for someone to profit off of a crime someone committed. Now, I am the furthest thing from a legal expert, and I might not be up to date with all the nuanced aspects of the law, but this means that if Gypsy is found guilty of using her crime to get fame or money, she might be at risk of having everything taken away. Now, if that is the case, this whole drama might be coming at a very difficult time for Gypsy, because not only might she be breaking the law, but also her family isn't exactly happy with how Gypsy has been using her mother's name to get clout. Luvs, according to the YouTube channel Without a Crystal Ball, which has been speaking to multiple people close to Gypsy, her family is extremely fed up with her clout-chasing antics and how she has been using the unaliving of her mother to get more clout, which in turn means more money for Gypsy. Allegedly, things have gotten so bad that Gypsy's sister is exploring suing Gypsy for profiting off of their mother. And it's not just her sister that has a problem with Gypsy. Her dad and his wife are reportedly not getting along well with Gypsy. Now, Gypsy's dad, Rod, wasn't present in her life. Rod met Dee Dee when he was 17 and she was 24. One thing led to another and they had Gypsy. Dee Dee and Rob got married, but it didn't last long because, according to Rob, after marrying Dee Dee, he realized he just didn't have feelings for her. While speaking to BuzzFeed a while back, he said, I woke up on my birthday, on my 18th birthday, and realized I wasn't where I was supposed to be. I wasn't in love with her, really. I knew I got married for the wrong reasons. Rob then dumped Dee Dee, and we all know how things went after he left Gypsy with Dee Dee. Anyways, while Gypsy was in prison, he reconnected with her, and they have been close, and when she got released, she moved close to Rod and his wife, Christy. Now, just like her marriage to Ryan, we all thought everything was good between Rod, Gypsy, and Christy. But just like Ryan, we are now learning that that is not the case. Luvs, according to Without a Crystal Ball, there has been nothing but chaos as of late in the Blanchard house, all because of Gypsy. There have reportedly been numerous shouting battles heard coming from their house, and the police have even been called there on multiple occasions. And all this drama is because Gypsy and her stepmom's relationship has allegedly soured over the past few months. Rod is always working, and he is also reportedly having issues with Gypsy, but most of the time it's just Gypsy and Christy. Now, allegedly, in her pursuit of fame and recording content for her reality show, Gypsy has allegedly become a nightmare to live with. She is super lazy, doesn't help around the house with anything, and all she seems to care about is getting views. Not only that, but it is also reported that Gypsy is extremely careless with her money, and that has become an extremely difficult subject when it comes to her. In addition to all of that, you have to remember that Gypsy has a divorce hanging over her head. And given how Ryan has been acting ever since they split up, this divorce will most definitely get nasty. And that will mean more legal fees and and her sister's lawsuit might also be coming soon, so it is not a nice time to be Gypsy right now. And I didn't even mention the thousands that Gypsy has been splashing on her nose job and other cosmetic surgeries. However, those aren't the only legal issues that Gypsy has. Now, since breaking things off with Ryan, Gypsy has been spending a lot of time with her new man, Ken. Some might argue a little too much time. This time spent with Ken has been so much that Gypsy has been rumored to be in violation of her parole, partially because of it. Now, violating parole normally has some pretty serious consequences. Because of that, Gypsy now allegedly has gotten herself into some type of house arrest, meaning that she just can't leave her house anytime she wishes. This parole violation is rumored to have gotten Gypsy banned from going live. That's why she hasn't done a live session on TikTok since July 30th, not to mention the fact that Gypsy got caught lying to her parole officer and even going as far as faking texts and claiming she did not send them.
Breaking news, Gypsy Rose is allegedly going back to prison for breaking her parole. Not only did she allegedly get in a fight with her stepmom and police were called to the residence according to their neighbors, but she's apparently been in communication and texting back and forth with some of the inmates that she was once with, which is totally against her parole.
Now, one thing that is slowly becoming clear in all of this drama is that Gypsy is low-key a serious liar. Even people she met in prison have been saying this, and Gypsy lies about everything. Y'all, according to Skippity, a TikToker who is in the same prison as Gypsy, Gypsy's sweet, innocent voice is apparently completely fake. Allegedly, Gypsy didn't talk like that when she was in prison. She had a completely different voice.
Her voice is completely different in prison than it is right now in real life.
She talked way worse. She talked all high and pitchy.
Skippity even went as far as to say that Gypsy was faking her entire innocent girl persona. Skippity alleged that because of all the coaching, media training, and manipulation her mother gave her ever since she was young, Gypsy has over time developed a way of faking being sweet and innocent while in fact being a master manipulator herself.
Yes. She was literally coached and trained growing up how to speak and talk in interviews, and like she knew how to do that. Her mom taught her how to do that. She was absolutely not even close to being a leader of anything.
Luvs. Gypsy was so good at lying and manipulating others, she even bragged about being the person who planned her mother's permanent silencing. Skippity alleged that during the period she spent in jail with Gypsy, she heard multiple times Gypsy bragging about being the person who gave Nicholas, her ex-boyfriend, the knife and encouraged him to go and do unspeakable things that he did. Though Gypsy never directly admitted to planning the whole thing, she would beat around the bush so that people could get the message.
Without saying she did it, she said she did it.
Her stories changed all the time, like...
Yeah. She literally bragged about giving the knife to Nick in there.
And what's crazy to me, what's crazy to me is, she acts like she does not care about his well-being and stuff.
Now, what really made Skippity's story go viral is that people found out that while appealing his case, Gypsy Rose's ex, Nicholas, through his lawyer, told the court that Gypsy manipulated him into committing that infamous crime. His lawyer even said that Gypsy learned manipulation from her mother, and now that is a part of who she is.
Now she's saying, because everybody was on her about it, how can you not care? But legitimately, that girl does not care about him.
Nick has to go to trial. He's doing a retrial or an appeal for less time or a retrial. So Nick can't really speak out right now because that could affect his his appeal. But I feel like if he gets denied, it's gonna be a wrap. Either way, it's gonna be a wrap for him or for her.
I feel like she'll try to probably put all her money into stopping that.
Yeah.
She stopped. No, never once. Wholeheartedly, she never tried to run that place, ever.
Now, Skippity didn't stop her accusations there. She said that Gypsy was so much of a liar that her story was constantly changing depending on who she was telling it to. Skippity even called her out for lying that she had kissed more girls than guys because of her time in prison. Skippity revealed that Gypsy used to lie to other inmates that she used to receive $500 for her commissary every 2 weeks, so because of that, she would have girls trying to use her for her commissary money. However, according to Skippity, Gypsy had a spending limit of $80 a week, and in fact, Gypsy used to steal other people's commissaries, and when things got tough, she would wash other people's underwear in exchange for noodles.
If she, like I said, a girlfriend, they used her for canteen, which she claims she got like $500 every 2 weeks. Okay. Your spending limit's $800 or $80 a week.
Now, obviously, at this point, Skippity had the whole internet running wild with her Gypsy stories. But the situation got way worse after she revealed that while in prison, Gypsy loved hanging out with convicted offenders, despite knowing what they did. Now, Gypsy's lies have come so far after she left prison. You see, a while back, Gypsy stole a picture of an ultrasound from Pinterest and posted it on her account.
Well, you know, can't bring me down. I'm on a high right now. I'm living my best life, and y'all can't take that from me.
The only issue with this whole thing was that the ultrasound she stole had the name Kelly written on it, and that was the name of the actual person whose ultrasound it was. Now, when people started calling out Gypsy, she quickly took down the video and said that she was hacked. Because of this, people are highly skeptical of Gypsy's latest pregnancy news. Fast forward to about a month ago when Gypsy took to her YouTube page to break the news to the world that she was pregnant for real this time.
Hi, everybody. So I know the rumors have been flying around for quite some time now, and I'm happy to announce that I am 11 weeks pregnant. Ken and I are expecting our very first child come January of 2025. We're both very excited. This was not planned at all. It was completely unexpected, but we're both very excited to take on this new journey of parenthood.
According to Gypsy, this pregnancy came as a wonderful surprise to her. She just started craving things she just normally didn't, like orange juice, but she didn't think that much of it because at the time her OBGYN had just given her some new medication and she just assumed that it was causing her to have all these new cravings. She was completely shocked after taking a pregnancy test to see that it was positive. However, now we are learning that that might not even be true. You see, when Without a Crystal Ball spoke to some of Gypsy's family members, they told her the whole pregnancy is fake and she's doing it all because of her TV show, and allegedly now many people have questioned Gypsy's pregnancy because many details don't line up. On one hand, if Gypsy is actually pregnant, it has been pointed out that there is no way that the baby is Ken's because the dates just don't match up with what Gypsy has been saying. On the other hand, people have pointed to the fact that despite being in her second trimester, Gypsy's baby bump hasn't been showing at all. Luvs, people brought up this fact so much that Gypsy had to post a baby bump chart on her Instagram with the caption, "When I first learned that I am expecting as a first-time mom, I had many questions. Education is a key in all aspects of life. Here are some insightful pregnancy facts that I learned along my journey." Now, it is no surprise that with all of this drama surrounding her pregnancy, Child Protective Services have been rumored to have a close eye on Gypsy, especially given her past. And even if Child Protective Services are rumored to be keeping a close eye on her just in case they spot something off, and the worry about Gypsy using her baby for clout has only been growing stronger. Just take a look at some of the comments under her latest video where she was taking an ultrasound. "I thought she was keeping the baby out of the spotlight. Liar. Already putting the baby on social media. I thought you weren't going to your child or put them on the internet. That poor child, made to be put in the media from conception. Babies are hard work, and I doubt someone with her mental stability will handle a newborn/child to raise. Us people that have kids know it's not all unicorns and rainbows." Why does she tilt her head like that so much when she talks? Seems like she has changed her vibe as she has gotten more fame from all of this. Wow. Anyways, what do y'all think about this extreme mess that Gypsy is once again finding herself in? Will she end up back in prison if she continues like this? Let me know your opinions in the comments down below, and don't forget to check out my other videos to ensure you're up to date with all the latest tea.